Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another anime review. This is going to be on an anime you can find on Funimation. It aired, I believe, winter of 2020. Is it winter 2020? Yeah, I believe it was winter 2020. No. That is actually incorrect. It actually aired on spring of 2020. So it's been, man, a whole year since this anime actually released. I remember watching the first episode and thinking, this might be all right. But now, as I've lived, I guess, throughout a whole year, I actually got some interest into this anime. I actually did enjoy it. I will say it's not for everyone, but it was pretty well done. So the anime itself is Diary of Our Days at the Breakwater. Before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We are trying to reach 4,600. We have a home that we are in contract already on, so hopefully in the next few weeks we can finalize the buying of the house, and then I can have my own room again, and we can have giveaways and all that again. So we'll see what happens then. Thank you for the support and love that you guys show my channel, and I will have more reviews, reactions, and everything like that coming out as fast as possible going your way. Okay, this is going to be again on Funimation. It's both dubbed and subbed. I did watch some sub episodes and mainly watched it dubbed. Aired on spring 2020 and aired on Funimation. This series itself is a very laid-back series, I would say. The genres is slice of life, comedy, and sports. Now, I wouldn't say it's a huge sport anime, but it does have that club feeling of sports animes they usually enjoy. The sport itself is actually fishing. I know, not the biggest sport, but it's actually very, very interesting. I think the reason I actually ended up really enjoying the series is because my brother, in the past maybe 4 or 5 years, my brother has become just obsessed over fishing, and he will come back from his fishing trips every week and will talk to me about it. We'll talk to my dad about it, and a lot of us are kind of just very confused. We don't really know what's going on. It goes over our head. We just kind of nod our heads like, okay, well, that's great, right? If that's going on. And we don't really understand him in that passion. This anime really helped me not really get that much passion for it, but actually understand the passion. And the anime, it revolves all around a girl, Hina, and Hina essentially ends up in this club by accident, and she's kind of tricked into it, and she ends up staying and learning the beauty of fishing. And every single episode, they fish different ways, they fish different fishes, they teach you about how to fish, how to throw, what bait you should use, the ins and outs of everything. They even have an episode where one of the characters is afraid of swimming, and they go over all those things, like you need to be careful from falling and all that. So very, very informative anime, and I think that's why I really liked it, because it kept me entertained on a topic that I really wanted to learn more, just to kind of, you know, connect with my brother in that area, and it really helped me that way, you know. Very cute. The comedy is very straight through. It's not raunchy at all, and it's not, you know, very detailed or over the top where you have to find the Easter eggs. It's very, very straight through type of comedy, and I think a lot of people would enjoy it. Now, Funimation has it at a 7.4. Personally, I think that's a little too high. I would say 6.5 is probably the best rating for this anime. We do follow the stories of 4 girls, and then we eventually get added a teacher who is actually a nurse and is the leader of the club. But the 4 girls are the main ones. Hina is new to the club. She is trying her best to learn as much. Natsumi, who ends up being kind of her best friend in this series, she as well is kind of newish, but she knows a lot more than Hina. Natsumi has grown into the culture, and she knows enough for her to get by. And then there, the 2 senior girls, you have Yuki, who is the president and very lazy, but also very, very knowledgeable. And then Makoto, who is basically the best cook. She does everything except swimming. She doesn't know how to swim. She's a character that we have a whole episode about. A few things that I liked about this anime. I liked that in the dub version, they kept the purity of how they speak. And this is what I mean. If you watch the sub version, you'll notice the characters have a little bit of a different dialect than the typical Japanese that you hear. And that's because they're imitating a more rural area Japanese. And in the dub version, although they can't really imitate a Japanese rural area accent, they do imitate kind of like a country accent, would be the equivalent to the United States, no more rural area. And they do that throughout the whole series. I do enjoy that. They actually did a really well job on that, where the main character, Hina, who came from the city, has a typical city person type of way of talking in English, whereas the other ones who are raised in the rural area, have a rural way of thinking, have a different accent. And I think that was very, very neat, and such a nice and neat touch to the actual series itself. The things that I didn't like about it itself was that we didn't really get a lot of drama or story behind each character's lives. Personally, I thought they would go into more detail and maybe give us some drama in that direction, but we really didn't get any drama or any, you know, character development other than Hina herself becoming more passionate to the sport of fishing. So overall, I believe it was educative. It wouldn't attract a lot of new anime comers. I myself, I enjoyed it. It was something that I could watch as I graded papers or did other stuff. It was very cute. I myself learned a lot about fishing, but personally, I think it's not something that anyone can just pick up and say, man, this is amazing, right? Unless you're like a big fisher person, you probably won't think this is amazing. And yeah, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. I don't think it's in the worst spectrum, but it is definitely not, I don't believe, a 7.4. You know, oh well, that's what they give it here in my anime list, and I guess they have a reason for that. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will hopefully very soon be having a home, so I'll be recording on my room. You guys will slowly see it develop, and that's going to be amazing. And yeah, I'm excited for this, for the end of this year, the second half of this year, now that I've actually moved and I have a new job and all that. So thank you for the love and support. I'll see you guys next time, and guys, like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.